Istungon, Jokayadega. Istungon, Jokayadega. Remember, that's just for one person. And for you new students, we got some new ones I've understood. So this is just, we don't have good morning. So we just say, did you make it through the night okay? Istungo is okay or with no problems. Jokayadega means, did you make it through the night? From getting to the morning, okay, that's for one person. For for two people or more, you say istungon jokhayedegaga. I just used this past weekend. The ground where my grandpa was chief, I have been there in about 9 years due to the fact that I don't know, a lot of people, COVID got them. I had cousins, kin folks, people that I knew that started with my grandmother and the family stayed friends all through up to now, my generation. And then they're starting on grandkids. It's just like a family there. And I finally went back. I don't know, that Saturday, and then we had a storm that night too. I mean, it was storming, but we sat out there through the lightning and the high winds. And when I got there, it was like going home to my family. And even though some of them wasn't there, I felt this deep connection that, and I don't know why after my mother passed, it was like, I don't know what happened. I just didn't go out there. And then finally, my husband said, you want to go out there? I said, you know what? I'm going. So all my girls and my grandkids, we all went. We got out there and it was like a homecoming reunion. And I really got, and that morning after all this storms, and I mean, we had some high winds. And I seen one of them and I said, this don't go in Jokayadega. Did y'all make it through the night okay? Because I left because I mean there were trees bending, and those trees that's there was there when I was little. I remember them standing there when I was 6. And they're still standing. And I'm like, oh my gosh, these trees are not gonna last long. So we came on back, but my daughters, they stayed there because they partake in ceremonies. So, and I remember one year we went out there and we didn't go, but my daughters were all taken. There's 3 of them. They were all taken into some ceremonies, and I don't know how many change of clothes we took out there because they were getting wet in shoes. We took shoes, socks, clothes, then we go back, take them again. Then we go back, take them again. And they stayed, we made sure they stayed dry. And but this time it was high winds, and then we did get rain, but not as much as I thought we were going to, just high winds. And so that Sunday, I seen one of them and I said, it's still going to. They said, yeah, we made it through. And they had to be out in the ring. They couldn't get out of that ring because the men, once they went in there, they couldn't get out. So the women stayed at the camps and the men were still in there through the high winds and all. So it was a good thing for me to go out there and I told them people, I didn't know I missed y'all so much. I said I didn't know I had missed y'all as much as I did. And I really was happy that I went. And my kids there, it felt like old times, except my mother was gone. My cousins were gone. Some of the ground members were gone, but it was good. So, for you new people, we're going to have to, I hate to put the other ones through this, but I'm going to have to, and you can always use it. Like I said, you never get enough of this. So, where's my... I don't know where it is. One of my greetings were We'll exit out.
I think so. So you can pull that down, that bar down here.
Oh, look at this.
Hold on. Yeah. So now your greeting should be from there.
Let's see, but I need to exit out.
Okay, yeah.
Goodness. And you know, in Tulsa, just a few miles from us, they are getting
Do you want it?
um
If you want it, I don't need it, but you can get it if you want it.
So just.
But get it if you want it, because I don't wanna
Sounds good.
wait and all that, go get it later or whatever. You said mozzarella sticks and what else?
okay, here it is.
Okay. There you go.
Okay, there it is, and then here we go. This is just, and we're gonna, guys, if y'all don't mind, for the new ones, we're gonna go back through sounds, because language is sounds, and it doesn't hurt to study these sounds, because I still do, but when we say hello, we say it's Jay. It's Jay. And the response, they'll say back to you is he's Jay. Or they'll say, it's Stongo. How are you? Jinda. See, this is a Stongo. How are you? And they say, yes, we're good. We say, Jinda. And you. It's Tungesos is another one. And that's saying I'm fine. This is what I said to Jihijaya. It is good I see. And there was one child there that he had been a child when I was gone, but he was a young man now. I was like, and after he left, I was like, he said, 9 years, girl, 19 years. Where you been? And I was like, oh, you know, I was explaining, and he said, you're back. And I said, yeah. And he said, and when he left, I was like, who was that? Who was that? Okay. And I said, and he said, Chimio, we haven't seen each other in a long time. Tihiji got hofonis. Hear the tone? Tihiji got hofonis. Hofoni. It's like, we haven't seen each other such a long time. You know how in English, this is it, that's true. Mondos. Abaldagi dungun fulla. How's the family? How's the rest? Dungun fullis. They are okay. Chinakta, yours. Okay. This is greetings to a visitor. When a visitor comes over, this is the first thing we say. In English, we say, come in. Here we say, Ajibus. Hear that tone? Ajibus. You know, Creek has, the Muskogee language has tones. And once you learn these sounds, the tones will come with it. You know how to use these tones. We'll say, Ajibus. Legibus. Have a seat. Legibus. You want something to drink? Knock iskida chiachigo. You want something to drink? Knock iskida chiachigo. I have coffee ojegos. You know, in our elders, I remember when I was growing up, I was a teenager, probably 15, 16 years old. When you went to somebody's house, they always had something on. They offered you water or oshafki. I remember a woman, she always had oshafki in that big jug. And she'd offer it to us. And of course we took it because we loved it. And she said, Oshafki ojedos, right here, you can put anything right here, ojedos. Oj means I have. Right here, coffee, you can put oshafki. Ashi is tea. Instead of coffee, you can say ashi, tea, or water, or even pop, sodiba, or jados. Either one, but you can replace this right here and say, I have it. And this we don't hardly ask. We don't ask this very much. We don't ask this at all, let's put it that way. We just offer. We don't ask if you eat. We just offer to them. And at my house, like I told y'all before, I've had so many people, even strangers that I didn't know, come eat at my table. And I had counted at least 500 people that's come to my home. And some strangers. There are strangers that come to my home and I feed. My mom always used to tell me, don't throw away leftovers, because that's what. And we went kind of late to the grounds and they said, we got some left over, and they started putting it out on table. Eat. They just started putting it out on table. Well, we had eaten, but you're not supposed to refuse. So, we ate a little bit of something but now my husband and my kids, they act like they didn't eat it all. They ate because it was cooked on an open fire. And I don't know if y'all ever tasted open fire and gas cooking. There's a whole lot of difference there. The tasting is a whole lot different. And they were sitting there eating. And so we never asked that hardly. Talak, do you make it back? Somebody said this to me. Talak, John. Make it back. Talak, John. You made it back. And I said, Talak. They said, don't do that again. And I was like, well, and I said, I'll see you again. Chihijak. I told that to the camper that I was with, and then when I was leaving, I said, Chihijak, I will see you again. They said, Hadam Shalagat Chi. And this was just really eye-opener for me. Long as I didn't go down there, I was okay. But I went down there and I found out how I missed it. How I had missed the people. How I had missed these kids and these elders that were there. I didn't realize it. And I was telling my husband on the way home when we was going back. And I mean the nuts and everything was blowing and it was hitting the top of the camp, top of the camp. And I was like, and he kept looking at me and I was like, not yet. Because there were, people there. So I was like, not yet. And we kept going until we was like, what? I said, I'm ready. And we came on back. My kids stayed out there, but we had to watch our house too, because we was trying to bury everything down, keep from blowing away. So we went and did that. And I'm gonna tell you, Tulsa, they said looks like a war zone in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So it hit pretty good there and other places, but we got lucky and we had strong winds, but it didn't really do any damage, but they made it through the night. So we're good. Okay. Let's see, where's my alphabet? Did it take it off?
Look at the bottom of that. It was at the bottom of something.
Oh, let's see it. Put it back up to. All right, we're going to start with this for you new ones. Language, for the Muscogee language, it sounds, and I can prove it. And for you new ones, guys, if you tell me to slow down, I will. But let me ask you, there's no stupid questions. Don't be afraid to make a mistake. If I can answer your question, I will. And remember, I'm not a master at this. I'm not a master. I teach how I spoke all my life. I'm a fluent speaker. So if you got questions, ask me. If I can answer it, I will. And don't be afraid to make a mistake. There's no reason to be afraid, and loud and proud, guys, loud and proud. That's what I tell them, loud and proud. Okay, let's start with this. Ah. This is a long sound. Ah, as in off-key. You can hear that. Ah, off-key. Off-key is like a stew, soup, or even a gravy. Ayo. That's a hawk. Gee, as in jissy. Anytime you have this double consonant right here, you have to enunciate both of them. Just see. And that's a mouse. Just see is pumpkin. Just keep it. Now, I want to explain something before we go on. The Muskogee language is real prominent in the mouth. And even though you can't hear, there's no silent sounds. So even if you can't hear a sound, look at where your tongue is, your breath, and you'll be able to feel it. You can feel it. So a lot of times I tell my class, if you can't understand or having difficulty pronouncing a word, I want y'all to look at my mouth and you'll be able to pronounce it, because sometimes your tongue is on top of your palate, sometimes it's behind your teeth, sometimes it's a shape of your mouth, how you use it right here, just even. You can't hear that T right here, because if you say it, you gotta, you can feel it, even, it's right here, the barely up there, you can feel it. And that's how come there's no silent sounds, but I don't know if anybody's ever explained that you can feel it in your mouth. So I'll tell you how to place your tongue, where it's placed, how it feels, okay? I do all this because it's there, but it's like right here. This is a short E. It, as in Igana. Hear it? Iga. I don't know why I did it. Iga. Hear that? Iga is a head. Ido is a tree. Ipoji is the sun. And you hear that it. And see, you can tell that these sounds is language. Our language is sounds. Idalwa. Idalwa is a tribal town. And just like our Creek Nation, that's our Idalwa. The nation is Idalwa. Igana, hear that E? That's long E. Idalwa. Igana. Igana is land or the world. Either way, it's situation, environment. Ibagan. Ibagan is 6. Is 6. The number 6. Feed. Figi. Figi is heart. Bacha. Bacha is truth. Bushwa. Bushwa is a bird. He, as in he stay. Hello? Hutki. And y'all gonna ask, okay, I don't hear a he in hutki. But when you put, this is a 3-letter sound. He akti. That's hutki. And we're gonna go through that. I'm gonna teach y'all that. Hutki is white. Humgin is 1. Humgin is 1. I is an A sound. You know, all your life you've been looking at this as an I, and a lot of people get confused right here. When they see the I, they usually make an E sound. And when you look at it, all your life, you've been studying English. When you look at that, it's confusing. It has an A sound, as in hey ye. Hey ye, it's hot. And here you'll hear it real good. Lay. Lay gida, to set. Begida, to put something into. Like, remember that begida, like istilibega? Istilibega, begida, to put something in, something. Gi, as in gi, is a mulberry tree. It's mulberries. Gajo. Gajo is blackberries. Gubby. Gubby is soap. And you know, for you new ones, I've done a lot of research and in-depth studying on this language. And it's just amazing how you can hear, everybody says blackberry for cudgel. They'll say there's blackberries for sale, but we don't say blackberries, we say cudgel. And how it's different, how unique this language is. Cudgel is blackberry, gubby is soap. Lee, as in litki, run. Loja, turtle. Lamhi, eagle. Me, as in mahi, paw. Mado, thank you. Me, just do it. Ni, as in najomi, how many? Noggin, what? Naughty, teeth. Now listen, you got to put an attitude into this sound right here. Throw your head back, do what you gotta do, but don't just say, oh. Say, oh, oh, oh. And as in oba, hear it? Oba, oh, oba is an owl. Ushki is rain. Owa, hear that? Oh, we can't say like, oh, like you would in English. Or if you did, you would say oba. And that's not a Muskogee word, but oh is. So we're going back. Owa. Owa is water. This is another confusing one. B. The P has a B sound. Busco. Busco is a great. Boski is our father. Bomi is us. Us. Here's another one. C. This has a C sound. Okay, when you say that, your tongue is on the top of your front teeth. C is between your teeth. Your tongue is on the bottom of your front teeth. C. As in taco, it's a horse. C is a bullet or an arrow. And that's the only thing you can use it for, is bullet and arrows. C. Tato. Tato. That's a fish. C as in sashakwa. Sashakwa. That's a goose. Sada. Sada is an apple. Soda. Soda is sky. There's another one right here. D. D. This got a D sound. Okay. A D sound. And there's a cross here between those sounds. Sometimes you'll kind of hear a T sound. Sometimes you'll hear a D sound. But it's still got the D sound. Okay. Diniki. Diniki. Hear that D? Kind of like a TD. Diniki. And that is thunder. Boy, we heard a lot of that. Do dolosi. Do dolosi. That's an old Muskogee word for chicken. And we took the do out. Now we just say dolosi. Dolosi, but actually the real word is do dolosi. And that's a chicken. Duchinen. Duchinen is 3. It's a 3. And look at this right here, numbers. That's another thing. A lot of times they thought we were savages and we were uneducated. We might not have had books, but look, we had number 13 3. We counted. And this is what kind of amazes me about this language. Like Humgin is 1, Hokolin is 2, Dochinen is 3. We had words for counting. We had words for numbers. And oh no, I just look at language. And some of you new ones, I got a passion for it. And some says I say I got an obsession for it. Some says I got a passion, but it's just, I don't know, this language just amazes me as much. I've spoken all my life. But when I see these things, it's amazing. Ooh, this is ooh. as in chola. Hear it? Ooh, chola. Chola is a fox. Godi is a frog. Bojazi. Bojazi is a owner. Owners. Okay, here. This is short and blunt. Jussie. Jussie, hear it? Jussie, that's a pumpkin. Budgie. Budgie is a pigeon. Udgie. Udgie is corn. And down here, you know, all our grounds are getting ready for that green corn ceremony, which our ceremony, New Year's, is starting in July. That's our Muskogee New Year, it's July. You know, January is for the world, but for us is July is a new year, and it's time, you know, in the ceremonies, it's time for rededication, renewal, because we celebrate what has grown. Green, the green, it dies and it comes back. So we celebrate that, and we're still here, some of us. And we renew our bodies, we renew our hearts, we renew our thinking, we renew our spirituality. And so July is our renewal year. So it's our new year. We, as in Wasco. Wasco is a chigger. Waga is a cow. Weasel is sassafras. Ye, as in Yaha. Yaha is a wolf. Yefki is evening. Yanasa is a buffalo or bison. We call it a buffalo, Yanasa. Yanasa. And you know, as I'm gonna try to have another speaker come in here one day, here soon. But now, before I go on, I'm gonna let y'all know, Friday, we will not have class because we're getting off at noon. It's time for our Creek Nation Festival, our Muskogee Nation Festival. And this year, the fluent speakers are gonna be the Grand Marshal of the parade. The Grand Marshal of the parade. So we're gonna be in it. And you know, it's an honor, you know. And I think when I look at it, I think my age, which is pretty much up there, is probably the last of the speakers. We don't have anybody younger. You know, so you know, I'm hoping these people will see it and say, there are fluent speakers still around, you know, or is this it? Is this it? So I'm really, so Saturday we have to be here early, Desiree. We have to be here early in order to, and you know, the language department's gonna be in it, and we're going, and we, you know, we're gonna be the Grand Marshal, so, you know, and the elders. I think the elders need to be the Grand Marshal. You know, I'm considered an elder, but like I said, I can't live up to that, to their ways and what they practiced way back. I'm short, but still yet, you know, these elders, I'm hoping there's a lot of elders that show up. Okay. So, okay, you looked at these. Okay, this is where I said, remember, like Yaha? Yaha, you said, where's ye? Okay, ye. Okay, this is where you put two letter sounds together and it makes a Muskogee word. Muskogee animal, Muskogee things. This is what it is, but it sounds, okay? So, but you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back over this with y'all real quick. So how you do this is G, I, Fi, He, A, Ki, Li, Mi, Ni, O, B, C, C, D, U, We, Ye. That's the sound. And I like for you newers to forget English. That's hard to do. Forgetting English is hard to do because all your life you've been saying A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And, you know, that was great, embedded in us, you know. And then to come to this, A, G, E, F, he, A, G, Li, me, ni, O, B, C, C, D, U, A, we, you. It's a whole new world. It's a whole new world for me. I could speak fluent, but I didn't know how, I didn't know there were sounds. I didn't know that you could, I always wanted to read Creek writing. And the first one I heard was my cousin. He went to Haskell. And he come back from Haskell and of course we all spoke and we were sitting there and he read this paper to me and that's when my interest started. But I didn't know where to start. So, and now I can read and write. So that's an accomplishment for me, which I just knew how to speak. And then to come across sounds and all this, and I don't know, it took over took me over. Okay, when you put these two sounds together, G and ah, you get ja, ja, like this one. And every Muskogee word is in this sound. I don't care. You'll find all these sounds in a Muskogee word. In Muskogee speaking. Let me put it that way. And we had they recorded the Bible in our office, and this one man, that was like 15, 16 letter word. It was about that long. And he said, I know what it is, I know how to say it, but I'm getting tongue-tied, and you will, even speakers get tongue-tied. So I said, okay, he said, and I broke it down into sounds. That's the only way I could pronounce that word, help you. I broke it down into sounds. And he got it. He said, okay, I got it. But he was an older speaker than I am. He was a speaker, but he had a problem with it and I had to break it down. All right, it says, thank you for doing this. It is already making better sense to me rather than doing it on my own. Right. And guys, listen, I'm not a master. And I didn't know how to do this. This was hard for me. And I sat there going, trying to read these in a dictionary. And but if you study it, I stress sounds for tone and pronouncing the words right. I've heard so many mispronouncing the words. And a lot of times I'll correct them. And I said, don't feel bad. I just don't want you to go around saying the wrong word or saying it the wrong way. And because this language, we gotta hang on to it. And so, and if we need to go back over something, let me know. Okay, let me know. So like you put G and ah, that was on your sounds. Ja, G, J, Jo, Ju, Ja. Okay, look here. Ja, D is red. Just that goes through these 3 letter sounds. Just is a mouse. Okay. J. I'll think about that. I got to chat here. That Maro Haram Jihija Lisawan, Joe Dickinson. Maro Mahai says Haram Jihija this. Oh, I know. Jihija Lis Jimmy or Talagatse. I told him, come back. This can be Ijo. You put a single letter here, E, and Jo. Ijo is a deer. Here, Chufi, rabbit. You put this Ju and this right here, you got Chufi, a rabbit. Here we go. Ja. See, just see. Remember what that was? That was a pumpkin. Just see. Just putting those 2 sounds together. And this is putting 2 sounds together and making a Muskogee word. Muskogee speaking. Once you get these together, you're speaking. Ga, ki, ge, go, gu, ga. Here's one. Gono. Gono or gono. Either way, this is a skunk. Gono, go and no, or go and no. Gono is a skunk. Okay. So you got ga, gi, ge, go, gu, ga. Ha, he, hey, ho, hu, ha. La, li, le, lo, lu, la. Ma, mi, me, mo, mu, ma. Na, ni, ne, no, nu, na. Ba, bi, be, bo, bu, ba. Okay, look here. Borsi. Borsi. That's a cat. Okay. See, I'm finding words as I go along. Borsi. Sa, di, te, do, du, da. Ta, to. Ta, to. That's a fish. Sa, si, se, so, su, sa, sada. Right here, sada. That's an apple. Suda, sky. Da, di, de, do, do, da. Okay, let me see if I can make a word out of this D right here. We had it in our sound. D, neat. D, neat. Let's see. But you have to add a single sound. D, neat, D, that was thunder, remember? D, neat. I'm going for key right here. D, neat, key, thunder. It's just putting sounds together, people. And that's how you get your enunciation. That's where you get your pronouncing right on cue, okay? So here we go. Wah, we, wait, whoa, woo, wah. You add an O to this, it's wah, wah. That's water. Ya, ye, yay, yo, you, ya. Here we go. Yaha. Ya. Ha. Woof. Yaha. Okay. Off. Here it gets a little bit difficult, but now remember, all these are in the Muskogee language. Off, if, oof, oof, uff. Ak, eek, ache, ook, ook, uk. Al, il, el, ul, ul. Am, am, on, in, an, on, un. Ob, eb, ob, up. As, is, ace, os, us. At, eat, ate, ut, at. Okay, let's go. Now this is putting 3 sounds together. And every one of these will make a word. Okay, we'll make speak and we'll make a language. Sock, seek, sake, soak. Can y'all see that? Suck.
Yeah.
Lock, leak. Right here is supposed to be lake, L-I-K, lake. Look, luke, luck. Moss, meese, mace, moose, moose, must. Okay, look here. This is what I use a lot. Must go get. Must go get. Look at there. That's what we're studying right now. Must go get. Let's go get. Mott, meat, mate, moat, hoot, mutt. Hawk, heat, hate, hook, hook, huck. Haas, he's, haze, hos, hoos, hus. Mark, meek, make, mook, mook, muck. Man, mean, may, mon, moon, mun. Hal, hill, hail, hol, hul, hull. Knock, neek, Nake, nook, nook, nook. Boss, feast, base, bus, boost, bus. Look here. Bushwa, bushwa, bird. Bushwa. Bushwa is a bird. Jas, geese, jays, juice, juice, just. Spa, bee, bay, spoo, spoo, spa. Sla, slee, sleigh, slow, slew, sla. Yeek, yeeky, yeek, yeast, yit, yitch, yun, yak. Jim, fin, gut, ma, gun, han. Bun, loaf. Got, these, Scott. Did you see me switch over to English, guys? Did y'all see me switch over? Ooh, that wasn't good, was it? This was at, hal, at, home, chit, loaf, ol, walk, sob, knit, bill, jock, walk, key, okay. But yin, ska, pon, ta, pok, left, hook, dot, shift, stop. And the one way this, like the 3-letter and 2-letter, it's just somebody's got a question. Some of them almost have a double sign. Yes, they do, like K sounds, like we're going into with a K sound, but coming out with a G sound. Yeah. That's why. That's why I stress these, because the more you get this, the more you'll understand language too. The more understanding of the language and the more you can pronounce words. It's these are hard, but if you spell these, and I always encourage when you're spelling a Muskogee word, use the Muskogee sounds. For one thing, when you use, like if I said K-E-T, that's not a Muskogee sound, that's spelling it in English, and this is not English. So we say K-E-T, K-E-T, and just about when you learn these sounds, you can just about hear what you're trying to say. E-E-T, it. See, E-E-T, E-E-T. You can get that, and that's how. And I stress this, guys. I stress this in every class. And then, I've had some people in my class, they said I should have listened and learned these sounds. Because it's just, for me to learn these sounds, like this was all new to me too. So there were times, I sit there and I sounded out words and I tried to spell them. And now it's a habit. I kind of forgot how to write in English, to tell you the truth. And I will skip over, but there I go, I'm right back. One day I was writing in English and I read it over and I had Creek word in it, Muskogee word. Then I turned around, I was writing in Creek and I had an English word in it. And I'm like, it's whatever your brain wants to do. But remember, the left side of your brain is your different language side. Your right side is the dominant English. Okay. So remember that. Got to switch over. Okay. Any questions on this so far? It's just habit, and we'll go back over this, and a lot of times I'll say it gets monotonous and get downright boring on these. But once you get a hold of these sounds, you'll know what I'm talking about, and you will say, all right. This is what we was doing, you will get it no matter how how monotonous and it gets, okay? Like here, remember you got to pronounce double consonant. See, that's a mouse, jissy, but it's in this sound. Push, wa, Bushwa is a bird. Bushwa. See those words are every word is in this sounds. Okay. It may be a 15, 16 letter word, but you'll be able to pronounce it just by breaking it down. Just by breaking it down. Okay. That's all you got to do is break them down into sounds and you'll have it.
Do your favorite one. Good job.
Oh,
Up at the top.
okay, right.
Yeah, the second line.
Oh,
Up. First line.
I hear Fujo. And you know, I've heard kids say Fujo. Fujo. They haven't crossed over and they don't know Fujo. There's no such word as Fujo. In the Muskogee language, it's Fujo. 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 Hear that? Oh, Jo. Fujo. Fu. B-U-G-O. B-U-G-O. Okay, Fujo. So see, this is why I stress these. You know, it's where you get it. This is the key, guys. This is the key. And I always want, you know, I spoke this language and know there was a key to it. There is. This can open a whole new world for you guys. A whole new. Amy knows. Amy's been a diehard student, man. She's been a diehard and I love her to death because she's, you know, some people will say, I can't learn this and just quit. But you know, for our people, when we was coming across the trail, and if most of us said, I can't do this, we wouldn't be here today. This language would not survive. And I'm gonna tell you, this language went through the same thing the carriers did. We were you know, they were caretakers of the language through harsh conditions, through death, through everything, made it here. And that's how come I say, when I speak, it's a privilege. I don't deserve it. It's a privilege. Because this thing went through some rough times. This language, you know, it's been through some rough times. And just to be able to speak it, you know, I don't deserve it, but it's a privilege. It's a privilege for me to speak it and know it. So guys, learn this, stress it. If you're just sitting there, you know, I had one kid tell me I sat on a stool and I'm studying my language. That's good. I don't care where you study it, you know. If you're sitting on a stool, if you're laying down, whatever, you got 5 minutes. Take that time, you know, take that time. That's why, that's how we go, you know. And he said, there are times I study in the bathroom. You come in. I said, fine, I don't care where you study. You know, how do I go back to?
Hand on. Okay, hands
Okay, we'll go back over this. Now, okay, look here. This is all the words. These are 2-letter words. Look at all these words. Look at every one of these words. Look here. Okay, we're gonna go to 2-letter. This is 2-syllable words. Ayo. Hear it? A-yi-o. Ayo. Talk. Afki. Harmony. Like this looks like a harmony soup. Afki. Harmony. Jimmy. You. Jofi. Rabbit. Chola. Fox. Trout. Chalo. See, if you put D-E here, you have red. Cha-D. But this is cha. Look at all these words, these sounds made. Chukwa. Mouth. This is putting 3 G-U-G together and then we-ah, and you get mouth. Here we go. This is the one I was explaining. Chadi. It's red. Jogo. Jogo. And this, that, jogo. House. Ijo. Remember I said you put an E in front of that, you'll have deer. Ijo. Itcha. Remember there's no silent sound, but right here you don't hear that D. But when you say it, your tongue, if your tongue is on your palate, itcha. Itcha. It's on top of your palate and you can feel it. It's there. All right, Mano Brandon. Jihijatis Hadam. Oh, I know. Take care of yourself. So see it. You can feel that your tongue on top of your palate. Ida. Ida. That's real clear. Ida. Remember E and then da. Another. Ihi. Ihi is husband. Ina is a body. Ina. Ina. Ini a. Hear it? Ini a. Ina. Fingi is a blaze. Here we go. Fojo. Bo. B-U-G-O. Not fu. Jo. You know, it's fujo. Ooh. Fujo. Duck. Fusky. That's putting 3 sounds and then 2. Fusky is sharp. Fatcha. Here we go. You can't hear that D in there, but your tongue is on your palate. But it kind of back. Fatcha. Fatcha. And you can feel it on the middle of your palate. Fatcha. It's right or truth. Oski is rain. Oba. Ow. See that? Oski. You don't hear that C because it's O-C-K-E. You don't hear the C, but listen. Osh. You hear that hissing sound. Oski. Oski. You hear that sound and your tongue is like osh. It's kind of making that whistle sound. Oski. It's rain. Oba. Oba is owl. Oji is hickory. Hickory nut. And just in general, a nut is just oji. Okay. But in this case, hickory, it isn't. It's oji. Oji. Chestnut. Odo. Odo. Hear that? O-D-O. Odo. O-D-O. Odo. Bomi. Bomi. We. Bogi. Finished. Buxy. Buxy. Tomorrow. If you look at your 3-letter sounds and 2-letter sounds, these are all in here. They're all in there. Buck. Buxy. Remember? B-a. Remember it's blunt. Ki. B-a-ki. Blunt. Buxy. Tomorrow. Budgie. Budgie. Pigeon. Borse. Borse. Cat. Basa. Remember I said when you got double consonants here, you gotta pronounce, you can pronounce it or you feel it. Basa. Basa is black drink. Ani is me. Ani. Ada. Ada is a snail. But you know while we're going through these, look at all these words you're learning too. You're learning new words, okay? For you new ones, these are words, okay, that you're learning. Because like for corn, while everybody else is saying corn, you're saying aji. Aji. Potato, aha. Aha. Buckeye, Allah. Allah. Wolf, here you go. Yaha. Yaha. Fork, yakpi. Now this is not talking about an eating fork. This is like in a tree branch, like this. It's got a fork like there. It's like a tree branch. This is the only time you can use this is like a road, you know, where there's a like this, a fork, but not an eating fork. That's different. An eating fork is chofunwa. Chofunwa. But this is like in a tree branch or in a road like this, where there's a Y. That's called yakpi. Okay. Cow, waga, waga. Raccoon, wotko. That's my clan. That's my clan, wotko. Okay, here we go to Muskogee 3-syllable words. And this is putting 3-syllable words together. Doorway, ahogi. Ahogi. Hear that? Ahogi, not long, but ahogi. Because if you said the long sound, you would say ahogi. That ain't right. It's ahogi. Doorway.
So the way you said, if it was off, it would have been A instead of B.
Yeah, but it's a V. It's ahogi. Akhogi is a mud hole. Akhogi means like a hole somewhere. Aksofki is deep hole. It's like a, about like that and deep. Akhogi. Akhasi, okay, this is what I'm going to explain to you. Anytime you got the ak, it's down below. Anything you got ok is on top. Okay. Ok is on top, ak is on bottom. Like ok hombida, that's a table, it's on top. Okay. So that makes a difference too. Ok and ak. Okay. Akhasi is the pod because it's down under it and it's down below. Jabofa. Jabofa. Hear these sounds? Jabofa is a field. Japikni means in a healthy, it's healthy. Jump jaga, here we go, right here. You think that's silent? Say it, jump. You'll hear that. It is barely there. Jump. You'll feel it right there. Jump jaga. Jump jaga. It's a bell. Jump jaga. In fact, I was telling the story the other night. We was all sitting around there doing that, blowing. And there were these two little teenage girls. They were trying to steal a bell. And we have a bell sitting outside of our churches. They just sat out there. They were trying to steal that bell. They drove their car up to it. And you know, that's sad when you they got, as soon as they parked their car there, they don't know how it happened. That bell fell and went through their back window. Been hanging up there, ain't that weird?
Yeah, it's like, here, you want to take?
Yeah, it's like, you know what, you may take me, but I'm gonna
jump you.
yeah. And they didn't even climb it yet, but they were trying, they just moved their car up there and that bell fell. And that's been hanging up there for years, because I remember when that was up there when I was little too. That sucker fell and went through. And if I was trying to steal something like at night, I would scare, I'd have a heart attack and fall over right there if that happened to me. You know, but it fell off that stand and went through their window.
Wow.
And you know, sometimes we have divine intervention. They got the bell, but look what it, you know.
Maybe I go buy an ATM machine. I want to steal some money. Roll down the window, jump in.
Please. Anyway, you hear that jump, it's like jump chaga, a bell. Jibani. Jibani is a gender, boy gender, okay? Jibani is like a name. I got my grandson, I call him Jibani. And then there's Jibani. This is like gender male, okay? Jibani, it's a gender. Joksaka, bridle. Jabaki, angry. Janaksi, it's a ridge. Janaksi. Ipuji is a son to somebody. This means it belongs third person. Ipuji, a son. Ifigi, he is hard. But remember, figi is just a heart in general, but when you say ifigi, you mean someone's heart, his or her heart. Istuji, a child. And actually, this is descriptive. A baby or a child, istuji. This one is short for isti, a person. Uji means little, so it's saying a little person. Istuji. Istuji. Hear that? Istuji. It's a child, it means little person. Inochka. Inochka is a handkerchief. Estemat. Estemat. We use a lot of this because when somebody tells something, we're saying, ooh, we're like a oba, you know. Estemat. Because you know, in the Muskogee world, even though we didn't have telephones, you wouldn't believe how word got around, like somebody died. they'll say somebody died and man, it was all over. I don't know how they did that. Telekinesis, telepathic, I don't know, but everybody knew. And they knew. And I don't know if it went from one. They got on horses, I guess, maybe, and went and told. I don't know, but everybody knew. It's Esteemed who always imunga. Before him, that's in front, okay? Ihoma. Homa is in front of something. Ihoma means before him or her. Iyuba. Yuba is behind something. But Iyuba means behind him or her. Elijah. Elijah means under him or her, or even that's third person. Igalbi is a her brain. Humbida is food. I don't care what kind of food it is, it's humbida. Okay. Bad or ugly. Hulwagi. Look here. Hulwagi. See how these sounds are making this? Hulwagi, bad or ugly. A bad, it means ugly. Oh, look at there. Hasiskika. Hasiskika, sun measure. Hasiskika, hamga, uthibiga. It's already getting to one. Hasiskika, hamgen. Hasiskitko jimbokola, huyanis. I'm saying the sun measure is 1 and the little sun measure is 2. So guys, remember, Julie Hearn okay, Boxy or Boxy, does it depend on location and tone? I can't find it in dictionary. It's Boxy. It's this right here, Boxy.
Second one.
The second one, Boxy, B-R-E-C-E, Boxy. Boxy means tomorrow, but now I'll be here Thursday, but now Friday I won't be here because we're getting out and Monday we're going to have a holiday, so we won't be at work. But Tuesday, Jihidagati, Iajayid for lots of didon. Iajayid means y'all take care of yourself, watch yourself. For lots of didon, y'all go around taking care of yourself, watching yourself, and Dadak Humgin, Jihidagati. Dadak Humgin next week, Jihidagati. But I'll see y'all Thursday. I'll see y'all the middle of the morning after Wednesday. Mado, guys. Mado.
Mahaya.
I have a lot of respect for all of you that's taking this language. It just makes my day to see every one of y'all learning this because language is going away. My grandma, in fact, I was talking about it here not too long ago. My grandma told me, she said, yeah, bonaga shungig no istijadi shungujibahis magadido. And at that time, I thought she told me, she said, when this language goes, so will the people. And I didn't know, and I thought, what are we going to do? Disappear? What's going to happen to us? And I was thinking that in my mind, but now that I'm older, she was saying that the nation will no longer be people. We won't be Muskogee people without language. And so and now I understand all the little things she told me is starting to come to light now. All right, I want to know, Mado, Jigetche, Mado, Jigetche, Jihitagate. People, we won't be Muskogee without language. And so she tried to understand all of